Elon nodded, his expression contemplative. What if someone believed in your vision enough to help you make it happen? What would you do then? Sam hesitated, unsure whether the stranger was making small talk or genuinely interested. If I had the resources, he began cautiously, I'd stock more variety, bring in fresh produce, maybe even set up a small cafe corner. People around here need a convenient place that offers more than just the basics. Something that feels personal, you know? Not like those cold, impersonal supermarket chains. Elon's lips curved into a subtle smile. Personal. That's an interesting way to put it. Before Sam could respond, another customer walked in, a middle-aged woman with a young child. Sam immediately greeted her warmly, helping her find what she needed and even entertaining the child with a small candy from the counter. The woman left with a heartfelt, "Thank you, Sam," that spoke volumes about the community's trust in him. As the door jingled shut, Elon said, "It's clear your customers think highly of you. That's something money can't buy." Sam shrugged modestly. "They're like family. They've been coming here since I was a kid helping my dad behind the counter. I owe it to them to keep this place going." Elon studied Sam for a moment, his sharp mind calculating possibilities. He reached into his pocket, pulling out a business card. The card was simple, with only his name and a contact number printed on it. "Call me if you're serious about turning this place around," Elon said, sliding the card across the counter. "Sometimes, all it takes is the right partnership to make a difference." Sam picked up the card and glanced at it, his brow furrowing slightly as he read the name, Elon Musk. His eyes darted back to the man standing before him, a sudden realization dawning. "Wait, are you?" Elon raised a hand, cutting him off with a good-natured smile. "Let's just say I know a thing or two about starting small and thinking big. Take your time to think about it. No pressure." With that, Elon adjusted the hood of his sweatshirt, gave Sam a nod, and walked out of the store, leaving the shopkeeper staring at the card in his hand, a mix of disbelief and cautious hope in his eyes. Sam had no idea where this unexpected encounter might lead, but for the first time in months, he felt a spark of possibility. Sometimes, life had a way of surprising you when you least expected it. Nervousness. He watched as the aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafted through the air, mingling with the familiar scent of the store. The seating area, though modest, quickly filled with curious neighbors eager to try the new offering. Mrs. Alvarez was the first to order a cup. She took a sip, her eyes lighting up. "This is fantastic, Sam. You've outdone yourself." Hearing those words felt like validation of everything he had been working toward. The transformation didn't stop there. Theo's analysis revealed that the shop's peak traffic times were in the early morning and late afternoon, but midday hours were unusually quiet. Based on this insight, the team suggested offering lunch specials, fresh sandwiches, soups, and baked goods sourced from local bakers and chefs. Sam loved the idea and reached out to his community, finding a retired chef who was thrilled to provide homemade items for the store. Over the following weeks, foot traffic increased noticeably. Parents stopped by for coffee and snacks after school drop-offs, office workers grabbed lunch during their breaks, and the elderly residents had a welcoming space to sit and chat. The shop began to hum with energy and life, a far cry from the eerie quiet of just a few months ago. Elon checked in regularly, sometimes in person and sometimes through his team. During one visit, he sipped a cup of coffee while observing the lively scene. "This," he said to Sam, gesturing around the bustling shop, "is what I was talking about. You're not just running a business now. You're creating a community hub." Sam smiled, a mixture of pride and gratitude swelling in his chest. "I couldn't have done this without you and your team." Elon shook his head. "You're the one who put in the hard work and stayed committed to your vision. We just gave you a boost." As the months rolled on, the shop's reputation grew. Customers came from beyond the neighborhood, drawn by word-of-mouth praise about the fresh coffee, homemade goods, and welcoming atmosphere. Sam even started hosting small events, like book readings and local artisan markets, further solidifying the shop's role as a community cornerstone. One evening, after closing up, Sam sat alone in the shop. He looked around at the space that had been transformed, a space that now represented hope, resilience, and the power of dreaming big. He thought back to the moment Elon had walked in, disguised in a hoodie, and how that one chance encounter had changed everything. Sam picked up his phone and sent a message to Elon. "Thank you for believing in me when I couldn't even believe in myself. This shop isn't just surviving, it's thriving. And it's because of you." The reply came almost instantly. "Dreams are contagious, Sam. Keep inspiring others the way you've inspired me." As Sam locked up for the night, he realized that his shop was no longer just a business. It was a symbol of what could happen when determination met opportunity. And he was ready for whatever the future held. Sam nodded, his mind already spinning with possibilities. The idea of expanding felt daunting, but it also ignited a spark of excitement. He had spent so long fighting to keep his small shop alive that the thought of creating a network of thriving community spaces seemed almost surreal. Elon continued, his voice steady and encouraging. "You've already proven that you have the vision and resilience to make this work. Think of this as the next chapter, a way to bring the values of this shop to more people while empowering other small business owners like you." Over the next hour, Elon and his team outlined a roadmap for the expansion. They discussed potential funding options, partnerships with local suppliers, and how to maintain the personal, community-focused atmosphere that made Sam's shop special. For the first time, Sam felt like he was part of something much larger than himself. This wasn't just about saving one store. It was about creating a movement that celebrated local businesses and fostered connections in an increasingly impersonal world. As the meeting wrapped up, Elon placed a hand on Sam's shoulder. "You've done something incredible here, Sam. Now let's see how far we can take it." Sam smiled, a mix of determination and gratitude shining in his eyes. "Let's do it." And with that, a new chapter began, one that would transform not only Sam's life, but the lives of countless others who would find inspiration and connection through a simple shop that refused to give up. Feel a sense of belonging. That's rare in today's world, and it's something worth spreading. I think it's time to take this idea to the next level. Sam leaned back, a mix of pride and apprehension crossing his face. "You're talking about expansion again, aren't you?" "Exactly," Elon said, his eyes gleaming with vision. "But this time, we do it strategically. I want to create a network of community-focused shops like yours, each one tailored to the needs and culture of its neighborhood. We'll use what you've built here as the blueprint." Sam hesitated, the weight of the idea settling over him. "That sounds incredible, Elon, but I don't know if I'm ready for something that big. This shop has taken everything I have." Elon nodded, his expression understanding. "I get it. But you're not in this alone. My team and I will handle the logistics, the financing, and the groundwork. Your role will be to guide the vision. Help us stay true to the values that made this place special." Sam considered the proposition. He thought about the journey that had brought him to this point, the struggles, the triumphs, and the people who had supported him along the way. He thought about the potential to give other struggling shopkeepers the same hope and opportunity he had been given. "What would this look like, exactly?" Sam asked, his curiosity finally overtaking his hesitation. Elon pulled out a notebook and began sketching a rough diagram. "We start small, with 1 or 2 new locations. We'll identify neighborhoods where a shop like this could make the most impact, places with untapped potential but a strong sense of community. Each shop will be locally run, with guidance and resources from our central team. And, of course, you'll be a key part of shaping the model. Sam studied the sketch, his mind racing. It was an ambitious plan, but it was also one filled with possibilities. This could really work, he said, almost to himself. It will work, Elon said firmly, because it's rooted in something real. Your passion, your connection to the community, and the proof that this kind of shop can thrive. For the rest of the morning, they brainstormed ideas, discussing everything from branding and supplier partnerships to ways of training new shopkeepers. By the time Elon left, Sam felt a renewed sense of purpose. The road ahead was daunting, but it was also exhilarating. Sam knew there would be challenges. There always were, but he also knew he wasn't alone. With Elon's support and the lessons he'd learned from transforming his own shop, he was ready to take the leap. As he locked up the shop that evening, Sam looked out at the quiet street, imagining the future that lay ahead. For the first time, he didn't just see a struggling business trying to survive. He saw the beginning of a movement, a chance to create something that could touch lives far beyond the walls of his little corner store. And with that thought, he turned off the lights, closed the door, and walked home, ready to embrace whatever came next.